Hey, we got a killer sale this morning. From what the pictures look like, looks like a collector. It's about an hour and a half from here. That's why we got up extra early. Daylight's just breaking. We're gonna go see if we can't score some cool stuff. So get in the truck.
Someplace. Did you look at that box?
I haven't got anywhere. I just walked in the door. I was downstairs checking out the facilities.
Found the golf there after you.
Oh,
Little food soldiers.
which box? Which?
Halfway down.
Okay, I'll find it. Hello. It's eardrums to Gene.
Gene, what? I gotta get going.
Hey, this is a kids show. I got one of those. It looks like a lot of mediocre. There we are. I want you. I mean, this stuff is okay, but it's not great stuff. It's not what I've seen online.
Like the 1800s kind of stuff.
I just bought one of those. I need something here that rings the bell. Dig dug. Oh, the only thing I would want are these pieces of glass. Atari. Cut the vendor's homemade lock on there. It's kind of fun, but man, that takes a lot of real estate up in this shop. Same with this display cabinet, which is edgy with the broken glass on top. There were supposed to be so many more Crocs. Oh.
Yeah, some of the flea market once a year.
Yeah.
A lot of people buy them. I was watching a lady on TikTok now, and her mother bought all the
Antique ice fishing reel. Just pull to hold your line while you drop it down an ice fishing hole.
all these books, and she has thousands of them. And she
Pretty
goes through
collectible.
them all and put them all on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, an antique oil spot. Lots of bottles, lots of tins. Oh man, that's old. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I'd love to get that. What do you suppose this was off of? Man, it's huge. I mean,
Hi, Dean. How are you? Did you get my note?
that looks like woven wood and burlap. so that's very interesting. Plaster fishies. Interesting. Those are kind of cool. Those are kind of fun. And those old telephones always sell. Look at that number. Sherwood 2. They're pretty old, actually. Jefferson Starship. Wow. 1978. That's pretty cool. Some good Pepsi signs and crates. It looked like a lot more stuff online.
That's what I thought.
I thought this was going to be gigantic. I can get through this really quick.
Probably about 4 hours, I think.
Maybe, yeah, if that. That's nice. Both thermometers really ring the bell. Oh, handy Andy. Hello. I wonder if it's full. Heavy. Ooh, look at you. That'd be a good one to get. Yes. It depends how hungry the other guys are. Old-time record player. Look at that heater back there. It's a Radiant right there. Lots of oil cans. Look at them all. I don't like them because they leak all over everything. What a disastrous mess. But they sell good. Well, I know those are expensive now.
YouTube or something where the guy got knocked over and had to start rolling. Somebody died.
Snap, crackle, and pop. Well, there's not much left of it.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, not in that box.
Well, my brother told me about this. I thought there was a lot more stuff going on.
It looked like it online. And he usually misses a bunch when he's taking his pictures, so.
My brother told me there's supposed to be a bunch of pots here and one with a cover. Kind of
Yeah, it looked like there was.
That's what you
Yeah, it looked like from the photos there was 10, 9 or 10, I
That's
think.
what my brother said.
Yeah.
This is all they got, ain't it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what all in this room is for sale. KT. That sign's cool. All this stuff was shown in online. The Hanson brothers from the movie Slapshot. Hilarious hockey movie. Stop sign. Those were supposed to be in the sale. I don't know if they still are, but they're pulling a bunch of stuff. I didn't know you could sell a bag full of tidy whities. These are what the auctioneer called me about. He thought there were about 100. They call them tin soldiers, but they're actually made out of lead. They're pretty old. But it's all hodgepodge from what I'm seeing. It's not one conflict. It's not just World War I or World War II. I see Revolutionary soldiers. Yeah, this might be a mess to try to get rid of. And there's some condition issues. That's World War I. I don't know. Animal traps, not my favorite things, but they do sell well. This thing's pretty cool. 1978, 1930 Duesenberg. Just trying to read it. It says stainless china, but it's really difficult to see that. So clearly it's just a decorative knife. It's not real. And see, this Nazi stuff is problematic. I don't believe this is real. I think this is a reproduction. It doesn't feel real when you pick it up. I couldn't sell it anyway because it's like a hate crime thing on the online platforms. They won't let you sell them online. It looks like it's World War II. Here in Korea, maybe. Let's go through it. There was some pretty cool stuff there. Here's a disappointment in a lot of these estate sales. They advertise what they've got for sale. And you get there and the owner of the property changed his mind on a whole bunch of stuff. So they had like maybe 20 Red Wings Crocs that were lined up ready for the sale. There were 3. The picture of the Hanson brothers that was up on the wall and the Katie buffet and all that stuff was supposed to be in the sale. None of it was. So there was some disappointments. I tried to talk him out of it and he just changed his mind. So, okay. But there was an auction that I go to in Florida and the auctioneer has the people sign something saying, once it's in my custody, that's the end of it. If you want it back, you have to buy it back. Because look, I traveled an hour and a half one way to go to this place. And then the stuff's not there. The auction starts to lose credibility, right? People get in the car. They're hoping for people to come from long distances. And it helps, push the prices up and they make more money. The client makes more money, But when the stuff isn't there and it's supposed to be there, the auction hates it too. It just makes them look like, But this is the thing, when you're at a live sale and you're going to somebody's house, you're kind of at the mercy of whatever they're going to do. If he had his auction center then he could probably enforce that. You know, we're coming to pick this stuff up and we're taking it to an auction facility. In order for me to estimate this auction and pay my people, I need all this stuff to be there. And so it's just a huge disappointment for everybody. There were a couple of heavy hitters that came there too, and they just ran the prices up over the moon. So I didn't get some of the cool stuff, but I got a few cool pieces. I'm going to grab the camera and we'll run through it. Well, start on the top. So I've had some interest in some of these old. This is just a metal. It's a metal beer serving tray. This one's from the mid 1950s. I think they made these from 53 to like 58, something like that. Clearly, it's had something sitting. That's what's sad about that. Look at the bottom. It's really in pretty good shape. That's disappointing. But it wasn't a lot of money, and there's still a little bit of meat on the bone. And it's a local piece. I mean, Oshkosh is probably an hour and a half from here. So, look, I got another kissed crate. And what I like about this one, I don't know if you can read that or not. It's got the Star Bottling Works on here in Colby, Wisconsin. One of my best friends came from Colby. His dad was actually the mayor. And, yes, that's where Colby cheese is made for all you people that are going to go, you like cheese? You live in Wisconsin. Yeah, I love cheese. So to get the Star Bottling Works, I think it was folded up already, like in 1930. I don't think it was called Star Bottling Works by then. So I don't know how old this is. I'm not seeing any other date codes on it. But these are really pretty rare. And I think I kind of got the market cornered on antique kiss crates. And I got another one on the other side of the room that has every bottle in it. And then I got another one that's on top of the buffet over here. So again, this is another old one. Harrison's been gone forever. They had an orange drink. Heart O Orange. And it's an okay crate if you just don't look at the bottom. But the side panel there is pretty good. And this one is, colors aren't bad. It's got a really wild warp in it. So I'm not really sure. I might use the other panel on that stairs project that I got going on because I want to make it look like I'm climbing up on a pile of stairs. But look at the phone number. Phone Calumet 6110. I thought that was kind of cute. All right. The last sale, I got something very similar to this old brass fire extinguisher. It was a tetrachloride. This one's empty. The other one was full. But collectible. It's not worth a ton of money. Probably $40 or so. Do you know what that is? Anybody? There's a background you can see a little better. Little wheels turn. Look at the handle. Clearly the original broke. Somebody just made one. This is ancient. But it's a knife sharpener. You hold it, you run your knife blade through there, and it sharpens your knife. Kind of fun. Yes, I got another scale. There were two identical ones, and a kid got them both for like really cheap, and he goes, I only want one. So the auctioneer looked at me and goes, you want the other? I'm like, put it in my box. I didn't buy these. So a San Miguel Pale Pilsen, as they say. It's from the Philippines. And he bought a whole bunch of stuff, and this was in a box, and he goes, you want these? I don't want them. And he just left them next to me and walked away. Well, I just looked one up on eBay, and the last one sold like 2 weeks ago for $17.95. It's like, all right, I guess I'll take them. Check this little guy out. It's the Thrift Dial Bank. And I don't have the combination. It is beat to death. And it's missing a wheel, a wood wheel. So it doesn't want to stand up too cool. But I have to figure out the combination. Not worth a ton of money, but it's kind of cute. This is one of the, you know, when a farmer has a cowbell, and this looks to be really original, although it looks like the original fitting is there back in the day. What that was is a cable that had a crimp on right there. And then it looks like it's got the original big clapper on it. But look how the bottom is just like, just rotted away from use. Anyway, they're so collectible, it's crazy. So how many of you know what this is? Yeah, so you get your combustibles, you open this up and you light it and you throw them in there. You put the top back on, and then you go to your bee's nest and you blow the smoke in there. Bee's nest, beehive, so you can get the honey out. That's how you chase the honeybees away, so you can get the honey out. All beekeepers have these. Looks to be in pretty good shape, and bellow clearly works good. So that's kind of a fun find. No, this is not a speaker. So these are, okay, what I like about these, this is a heater of the ancients. This is probably 1940s, maybe a little bit earlier. It is I didn't see that on there before. C&H Electronics heater. 110 volts, 690 watts. So anyway, most of the time these are copper. And I grabbed that, I didn't really think about it, but if you look where the paint is wearing off, and I think this baby's copper in there. Under this horrible brown colored whatever. And the bases are cast, they're always cast, so they don't tip over. These will start your house on fire because those things just glow red hot and it just radiates. The guard is missing, usually has like a, you know, like you'd have on a little rotary fan. That's missing, but it's still kind of cool looking. If anybody knows what this is, tell me, because I don't know what it is. I haven't tried looking it up. It is the speedy moisture tester. And it's from England. And you know what, you guys? I have no clue what it does. I'm assuming it tests for moisture, but that's just a wild ass guess. So I don't know why that flips, but it looks like it's made to flip. It's got stops in it and stuff. I don't know. And this rocks. I assume that there was some kind of device hanging off the back of that. But the auctioneer looked at me and he says, do you want to buy that? And I'm like, I don't even know what it is. He goes, nobody knows what it is. And he goes, put Craig down for $1. Okay, I guess I bought it. Sometimes you got to do what the auctioneer says. This is in a box of little fish. It's wall mount fish. But they're pretty old. Not super old. That's it. Yeah, so it was kind of a weird sign, so I had to do it. So there were a lot of smalls at this auction, a lot of really little things. I got some really, really cool, pretty old bottles. Panpeptic elixir. Why won't that focus? Come on, focus. Hello. Ridiculously expensive telephone. I don't know what any of this does, but it's a little unsettling to me that, look at, there's stuff in there. An inhalant. Oh, awesome. Something to breathe in. And then you got sarsaparilla and bitter orange. This thing does not like these old bottles. Anyway. And then there's all these little apothecary jars. And they're full of some kind of ridiculously, I mean, it's all quackery back in those days. Tincture number 91. Yeah, okay. Average dose, 15 minutes. It's like they speak another language back in those days. But there's just some pretty weird bottles here. It's not a cork stopper, it's rubber. Almost looks like something from a science experiment. Look at ancient log cabin. No date. Oh yeah, it's dated 1776. That's some old syrup there. Got this pretty cool Model T gas can. Merton Ware 401. It's good shape. It's all there. And then there were tins. Just, I mean, I'm not really into all this stuff, but it was, you'd be surprised what some of this stuff brings. Good old summertime. And you know it's the real deal when you look at it. You can just tell by looking at it. Pretty clean. Oh, man. That is a really crispy 1976 license plate. But there are some cool things in these. I don't know. 50 caliber? I have no idea. So why do you suppose there's 3 holes drilled in it? Somebody did that. What's really in there? I have no idea. You know, you go through these boxes. Oh, sip and smoke. So you can put your drink there, and that's an ashtray hooked to it. And then when you're done watching your ball game or whatever, you just take that to the sink and whatever. Okay, that's just a plumb bob. Remember these going on license plates? Remember those. Those are really collectible. Anything old bicycles is collectible. Okay, so I looked this up already because I was going to throw it out. It is a ball cup remover from Shimano for 3-speed hub and 3-speed with coaster brake. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe me, I know, but I looked this up, and one sold for $109.95 on eBay just recently. So I don't throw anything out. I keep all that stuff. There's the listing. Check it out. Each and everything in these boxes because you just never know what's going to ring the bell. That's a plumb bob. It's pretty heavy. So you put a string through there, and it'll help you find a center. And got Woody. We have a Watkins bottle still in the box. It's kind of fun. It's not that old, though. More tobacco, because everybody used tobacco back in the day. And this was just a little fishing decor box that was with some other stuff. It's kind of a cute little decorator net. That's kind of fun. How much did that go for? Oh man, it's handmade in China. Can you believe that? Yeah, these are not antiques. And they're pretty wasted. But the wheels look usable. You got 2 fronts and 2 rears. It's got some pretty bad curb rash on that one. But maybe if you just needed some wheels for practice. But when I go online and look, like 2 of these are $180. So I bought all 4 of these for $2.50. I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to just put them all into one lot and I don't know, 40 or 50 bucks, whatever. So this crate doesn't have the, you know, the great graphics on the side, but it does have the cool finger joints. And that construction is just indicative of something really old. And look how tight it is. It's all there. It's in good shape. That's a winner. That's a keeper. Didn't cost much. This though, the content makes a big difference. The graphics make a big difference. Look at that. Special gelatin. DuPont, what are you blowing up here? 40% strength. But nobody wanted it because the crates broke. So when I got home, I took a vacuum to it, cleaned it up, got this piece out, and I'm like, you know what? When that goes back on, it's just going to have this little hole there. So what? It's still going to make an awesome display piece, or if you want to put stuff in it, just put a little sheet of cardboard in the bottom of it. Come on. Are people that lazy anymore? They had some of those other ones that you might remember from the video were like Remington Arms bullets and shells and sears and that sort of thing. And those things sold for like $50 a piece. I think I paid $5 for 2 of these. This is one of the ones that I like. The graphics are cool though. You know, the content isn't the greatest. Who cares really about die casting? But it's cool graphics. And the thing's in great shape. It's solid. And it's a pretty old one too. Anyway, crates are just great sellers. So one of the boxes had some yellow depression in it. One of them I found had a chip somewhere. Right there. Not horrible, but somebody will cut themselves on it. And I wasn't buying that on purpose. It was just in another box. And this is the big purchase of the day. And no, that's not a coffee grinder. In those days, that was a coffee mill. And I'm both thrilled and disappointed because the heavy hitters made me pay all the money for it. And I wanted to check it out. Yeah. So this is how you get the top off. You drop that, and this is hinged, but it's not hinged because the hinge is broke off of it. Man, am I not happy about this. And where they had this, it was like they kind of had it where you couldn't get at it, which I understand because when you have something old and expensive, you don't want just people that don't know what they're doing to go just start groping it and possibly knocking it on the floor. So this is where it's just seized. Wow, it's just so tight. This is hinged. It's supposed to move freely. And that's, without a doubt, how it got broke. What I do about that, there's really no good way to fix cast iron. So the value of this is lost because of that. Nobody's going to pay top dollar for that. I might be able to get my money back out or just lose a little bit, but I feel compelled to take this apart, try to figure out why it got tight, clean it up, make it work. And I don't know, I might just end up putting some epoxy on that right now just so it doesn't fall on the floor when somebody's dealing with it. These are all, I mean, the whole thing is, even the drawer is steel, but I wish you could see how heavy this is. I mean, it's just crazy. They weren't put on a board like this. The people that had it, well, if I do that, that's going to fall off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I was just going to flip it upside down so you could see, but because it's so heavy, people put something in the bottom so it doesn't shred their countertops. In the old days, they would screw it down to the countertop, but if you had a small counter and you didn't want to sacrifice that much space with something permanently mounted like this, they'd put it on a board so they could have it be a mobile appliance from back in the day. But yeah, so I'm kind of bummed about that because it's such a strong piece otherwise. Oh well. Guess that's cracked there too. Oh well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you just break even. All right, sports fans, lovers of things that are old, rusty, and crusty. Thanks for swinging by, spending a few minutes here, checking out all the cool junk I got. And we'll see you in the next video.